Tonight on Prime News, South Auckland police are stretched to the limit after another night of violence leaves one man dead. New Orleans Mayor orders a mandatory evacuation as the city prepares for the mother of all storms. A new look Labour Party, 8 new faces appear on the party list. It's 5:30, this is Prime News for Sunday the 31st of August. And in sport, Manu Vatuvai bags a hat-trick for the Warriors. And Sebastian Loeb takes out Rally New Zealand for the second time.
This is Prime News.
Kia ora, good evening. South Auckland police are stretched to the limit as they investigate 3 separate attacks after a violent night of crime left 1 man dead and 2 seriously injured. At one point overnight, County's Manukau police had 165 officers working across the attacks.
A sight which is becoming all too familiar. The Armed Offenders Squad hunting yet another killer on South Auckland streets. It started here at this Papatoetoe home, where in the early hours of this morning, a 26-year-old man was fatally shot on his doorstep.
As he approached the front door, a male offender with a firearm shot him 3 times.
He then collapsed in front of the door and was found by his partner, who had come outside to investigate after she heard a noise. The man was taken by ambulance to Middlemore Hospital but died 2 hours later. Police say the attack was premeditated.
I don't believe, based on what I know at the moment, that it's a random attack. It looks planned. There'll be a reason for it, and we'll find out what that reason is over the next few days.
The Armed Offenders Squad issued 2 search warrants this morning as they hunt for the offender, described as a 30-year-old male Māori, 5'8" in height with short hair, driving a black sports car. But it wasn't the only shooting police had to deal with last night. Earlier in Mangere, a 17-year-old was walking with friends when he was shot in the leg. Police say the offender got out of his car, took a gun from the boot and then shot the teenager.
It's not random. These things happen for a reason.
While in Papakura, police were called to a fight near Smiths Avenue around 2 a.m. Officers arrived to find no fight, but an unconscious 19-year-old man lying on the netball court with serious head injuries. The victim is still in a critical condition in Middlemore Hospital. Now known for its high crime rate, Detective Tim says he's disappointed with last night's events in South Auckland, but is confident in solving them all. Kate King, Prime News.
In the past few hours, New Orleans Mayor Ray Nagin has ordered an evacuation of the city to prepare for what he calls the mother of all storms. The evacuation will start with the low-lying West Bank, as the eye of Hurricane Gustav is expected to make landfall in less than 48 hours.
With every hour, it becomes more powerful, more dangerous, leaving a path of destruction behind it, threatening tens of thousands ahead of it. 125-mile-an-hour winds have already destroyed parts of the Caribbean. 80 people have died, their homes and towns destroyed.
This storm will be at least a Category 5, and I'm not a meteorologist, so please take this for what it's worth. But it has the potential to get even stronger, and that's why we're encouraging everybody to take this very seriously and start the evacuation process.
It's hard to predict the route of a hurricane, but Gustav is about to hit the western tip of Cuba. It's thought it will sweep through the Gulf of Mexico tomorrow and Monday, before hitting Louisiana on Tuesday, as well as the neighbouring states of Texas and Arkansas. The biggest fears are for New Orleans, where a state of emergency has been declared and residents are being told to evacuate.
There is no reason for anyone in the city of New Orleans to ride out this storm. It is simply too dangerous a storm. We are encouraging everyone to heed the mayor's warning, to heed the governor's warning, and evacuate out of the city because we don't want to see anybody in harm's way.
People in America's South have been here before. Many didn't wait to be ordered to leave. They packed up and headed out, around 30,000 of them. Everyone here remembers the devastation caused 3 years ago by Hurricane Katrina. 1,800 people died. The reconstruction is still incomplete.
I think the citizens should be fully confident that with the number of law enforcement officials here, that we will be able to handle this very, very well. And we encourage them to leave and to feel comfortable about leaving their homes and their possessions, because we will have the city blanketed.
One man has died and another has survived the early morning capsize of a 12-metre boat near Tauranga. The Napier men, both aged in their 50s, were sailing from Gisborne to Tauranga when their boat capsized near Motiti Island early this morning. When Coast Guard arrived, they found one crew member clinging to the upturned hull of the yacht and the other body of his companion about 100 metres away. Maritime New Zealand are investigating. Labor's clearing out the cobwebs in an attempt at a fourth term in office. It's named 8 new faces on its party list, ahead of some sitting MPs. The new blood brings a rejuvenated front, including racially diverse and younger candidates. Former race relations conciliator Rajan Prasad is the highest-ranking non-MP on the list at number 12.
Well, I bring my experiences right from social work to teaching in the universities, through to race relations and through to human rights, and now the Families Commission for the past 4 years, bringing that experiences and the voices of New Zealand families. And I want to bring those to ensure that we still develop strong families, and Labor's the place to do it.
Labor Party President Mike Williams says the party's been operating a program of renewal for the last few years, and it's paying off, with several of the new candidates placed high enough on its list to be guaranteed a place in Parliament. Forensic scientists in Britain are investigating an arson attack on a businessman's multi-million-dollar mansion. 2 bodies were found inside the gutted building on an estate in Shropshire. Businessman Christopher Foster, his wife Jill and their 15-year-old daughter Christy haven't been seen since the blaze swept through the main house and 2 other buildings on the estate. Police have confirmed the discovery of the 2 bodies, which have yet to undergo examination by a government pathologist. Investigators have been told Christy Foster had been speaking with friends on an internet chat room minutes before the fire broke out. Barack Obama has welcomed Sarah Palin as a new voice in American politics. The Alaskan governor and mother of 5 was John McCain's surprise choice as a running mate ahead of the Republican convention in Minnesota.
I haven't met her before. She seems like a compelling person, obviously a terrific story, personal story, and I'm sure that she will help make the case for the Republicans. Unfortunately, the case is more of the same, and so ultimately John McCain's at the top of the ticket.
More than 300,000 people stranded by India's worst floods in 50 years have been rescued. But more than 600 still remain trapped by floodwaters in the impoverished state of Bihar after the Kosi River broke its banks. 60 people have died in the emergency, and the UN fears disease will soon break out in relief camps. The Indian government says it's likely to be months before the floodwaters recede and the situation returns to normal. The UK is said to introduce a new set of education targets for children up to the age of 5. Under the so-called Toddler's curriculum, children will be expected to write in sentences and use punctuation. But some education experts say the program could stigmatise children as failures by the age of 4.
Childminder Lorna Owen and her young charges love spending time out in the garden, doing what children do best, playing. But from Monday, she'll have to formally observe and assess all these children on basic writing, literacy and even maths. It's being dubbed the Toddler's curriculum, but is it child's play, or will it pile on the pressure for educators, parents and children alike?
It can only benefit the children what is happening. Parents know that their children are being kept safe and that they are learning.
There are nearly 70 goals laid out by the government in their framework. Some of them are more interpretational, like being able to link sounds to letters. Others, though, are very specific. By the time they are 5, the government wants them to be able to write their name and be able to use capital letters and full stops.
This is her writing her name in lots of colours.
But some parents are worried their children won't simply be allowed to experience the highs and lows of learning for fear of missing targets and being labelled.
What this does is make sure that those people who are working with those children have an opportunity to go through and check that those children are doing the sorts of things children should be doing when they're learning through play, and if there are problems, making sure they can identify them.
But identifying those problems and potentially assessing young children as being below average can create a self-fulfilling prophecy that shapes most of their school years.
We mustn't foreclose on what's possible for any child. We must stay open to the possibility of change for all of them.
The government say they'll review this assessment process in 2 years. Not good enough, say outraged lobbyists. After all, these are children, not guinea pigs.
Now here's Ross, and what a performance those Warriors have put on for their last home game.
Well, it's not over just yet, but it looks like they'll give Ruben Wiki the perfect send-off from Mount Smart. Also in sport, the Wallabies smashed the wrong records at Ellis Park, and Rally New Zealand gets Miko Hirvonen spinning, and Sebastian Loeb cracking open the champagne. World champion Sebastian Loeb's taken out his second Rally New Zealand. The Frenchman has beaten Citroën teammate Danny Sordo by 17.5 seconds in the Waikato, with Miko Hirvonen third. Loeb was only fourth after the morning stages, having spun out in the Tuhutai 1 stage. Forwards Hirvonen had a 9-second lead over Jari Matti Latvala with 2 stages to go, but on the penultimate stage on the Whanga Coast, Latvala spun out. When he tried to get going, he did more damage and was forced to retire. Then Hirvonen also lost control, dropping 50 seconds before eventually finishing the rally third. Loeb demolished Danny Sordo by 18 seconds on that stage to take the lead and cruise to victory at Mystery Creek.
I tried hard to catch Jari Matti Latvala for the second place, and finally in the last stage Jari Matti went off, Miko had a puncture, and finally we are here. So it's a bit of luck for sure, but for Citroën it's really a great result.
It's the 44th WRC victory of Loeb's career, and he's now extended his championship lead to 8 points over Hirvonen. Playoff hopes lay on the line. Warriors and Penrith as the sides clash at Mount Smart Stadium this afternoon. It was Penrith making all the play early on, Luke Rooney crossing in the corner. The Warriors responding soon after through left winger Manu Vatuve, the big wing in try-scoring mood.
Now they spread it, and now they should score. Row party to Vatuve, and the Beast gets the double.
The first half opening up for the Warriors with Wade McKinnon taking the most direct route to the line. Michael Witt adding further woe for the Panthers, stretching the home side to a 30-4 half-time lead. Penrith returned from the break a slightly different side, Luke Rooney benefiting from a marginal forward pass call going Penrith's way. Wade McKinnon placed on report after the try for allegedly spitting on the touch judge. The Warriors pouncing on a loose ball soon after to open up a more comfortable lead. So, as you can see, the Warriors are thrashing the Panthers, Bulldogs and the Broncos all even approaching half-time. The Springboks can't win the Tri-Nations, but they've bowed out with a bang in Johannesburg. They've handed the Wallabies their biggest ever defeat, 53-8.
Under siege this week, a rugby-mad nation wanted the coach and captain replaced after just one win in 5 matches. But what a response from the world champions.
Oh, great ball! Becker! Andreas Becker scores for the Springboks. Dupria, wide they go. Knockway! Try to South Africa.
Wallaby scrum monstered by the Boks. Any chance of a win at Ellis Park for the first time in 45 years gone by half-time.
Chance out wide.
Try time.
Knockway! Youngie Knockway has got a double.
There was no respite after the break. South Africa's execution, first class.
Jacobs! 80 Jacobs! Brilliant try.
A personal milestone for winger Yoni Knockway followed. 4 tries, the most by a Springbok against the Wallabies.
The kick through! Ndungane flying, picks it up back on the inside. Unbelievable again!
Box crossing for try number 8 late in the game, completing the Wallabies' biggest ever defeats.
Yanni du Plessis, Ndungane.
I think character comes out when it's going really tough. The guys showed they've got a lot of character, and we just want to thank everyone that's very close to us, that supported us through this tough 3 weeks and kept believing in us. Thank you very much.
How do you explain it? I don't know if I can be bothered, to be honest. You can chase the statistics all you like. The fact was it was a belting.
we genuinely got outplayed today, got belted. So, and as I said after the match, full credit to the Boks.
Canterbury's Delta Crusaders' little brother Tasman in Christchurch. The clinical finishing should have impressed All Blacks coach Graham Henry after he expressed concerns about the quality of play at the Air New Zealand Cup.
Conditions perfect for running rugby, Canterbury making the most of them.
And there'll be a try. First try, James Patterson.
The left winger finding more acres of space soon after.
Patterson could go all the way. I don't think they're going to pull him back. They won't. It's a Sunday afternoon stroll. And Patterson has a brace inside the first 21 minutes.
Scott Hamilton toying with the Tasman defence.
Positions he can drift.
Simple, ruthless.
And he may well set up another try here. And he does.
But Tasman weren't going to lie down.
Beautiful pass. Ego running for the line. He's in. That's a beauty.
Tasman feeding off scraps.
Support. Tasman should score. Surely they will. Yes. Wharuali. This game has been broken open wide.
Canterbury replying soon after to take a 10-point lead into the break.
Numbers for Canterbury again. They will score this time. Whitelock.
Wave after wave of second half red and black attack, too much.
It was inevitable.
The Cantabs having the final say in a commanding win.
I have a feeling that Ryan Crotty might have got there.
In Hamilton last night, the Mulu men finally got their campaign off the ground, hammering an Auckland side bolstered by 3 current All Blacks in their pack.
A few minutes up, but he scores, bonus point!
While Manawatu let an elusive win over North Harbour slip away in the final minutes. Andrew Cogan, Prime News.
A 2-under round seems good, but it wasn't enough to keep Michael Campbell in the top 10 after 3 rounds of the Johnny Walker Championship. Campbell's 6 under par and a tie for 14th after a low-scoring day in Scotland. Frenchman Gregory Havre still leads on 11 under. However, he could just as easily have been sharing it with England's Anthony Wall. Wall hit a stunning 8 under to be 1 shot behind, but missed an eagle putt on the 18th. Gareth Patterson is the second best Kiwi, tied for 25th, while Mark Brown is in a share of 33rd. World number 1 Rafael Nadal's cruising to the 4th round of the US Open. Like Venus and Serena Williams, he hardly had to break a sweat this morning in New York.
Rafael Nadal is still on course to win his 3rd Grand Slam in a row. In the 3rd round, he was up against Viktor Troicki of Serbia. Early on, Troicki had his moments and matched his Spanish opponent for athleticism. Nadal scraped through the first set and went 3-1 down in the second, but at that point he went up a gear.
Unbelievable shot there.
Nadal winning the last 11 games to go through.
Yeah, there it is, Rafael Nadal.
Wimbledon women's champ Venus Williams had a similarly easy time, beating number 27 seed Elona Bondarenko of Ukraine.
That is the best women's point of the tournament.
The number 7 seed finishing off the job 6-2, 6-1 in under an hour. If the draw goes to plan, she'll play the only other former champ in the draw, her sister Serena. It really was a case of anything you can do. 4th seed Serena beating Japan's Ai Sugiyama by an identical scoreline. This, the point of the match. 6th seed Andy Murray had his back to the wall, 2 sets and 5-4 down in the 3rd set tiebreak, but found some power.
Look at that. That's the hardest serve he's ever hit.
To come back at Austria's Jürgen Melzer before struggling through this rally to save the set.
He's got it.
With superior strength and fitness, Murray got his nose in front in the 5th set.
Oh, what a shot. Look at he just stands there. Don't even try to come back.
So off and out of sorts during the match, the Scot completed a remarkable comeback, taking out the final set 6-3. Adam Hollingworth, Prime News.
However, it's been a bad day for seeds tumbling. In the men's draw, 9th seed and hometown hero James Blake, 4th seed David Ferrer, 14th seed Ivo Karlovic and 16th seed Gilles Simon all out. Women's 6th seed Dinara Safina has progressed, while 19th seed Nadia Petrova and 17th seed Elise Cornet's tournaments are over. Ali Mauresmo has ended the dream run of compatriot Julie Coin in the 3rd round. The Wellington Phoenix are still winless in the A-League after their defensive frailties were again exposed last night against Adelaide. It took 15 minutes for the Lucas Pantelis goal to convert South Australians' wealth of space and possession. The Phoenix, without flu-ridden striker Shane Smelts, showed their frustrations. Adelaide's Cristiano was the star, netting 2 of their 3 goals. Arsenal have recaptured some of their irresistible form to thump Newcastle in the Premiership this morning. A handball in the penalty area gifted the Gunners Robin van Persie the chance to convert. His second came from typical Arsenal flair.
Eboué's continued the run, the back flick, Van Persie! 2-0 to Arsenal. We have seen flashes of brilliance in this first half.
Jermaine Defoe gave his England selection chances a boost, grabbing a double and setting up Peter Crouch for his first goal for Portsmouth and 100th in club football. Hull's unbeaten run has ended dramatically, while Middlesbrough and West Ham have picked up wins. And that's it for sport.
Thanks, Ross. Right, your weather is just ahead on Prime News.